Joan Heins Gentes, born January 28, 1927, and lived a full life till September 29th of 2024. Truly the matriarch of her family and her siblings' families. Thank you all for being here today to share in the celebration of the life of Joan Gentes, my mom. Most of you know that Mom had an identical twin, Joyce, who sadly passed 41 years ago in 1983. Joyce and Joanne were inseparable until they were married, having grown up together, dressed alike, looked alike, behaved similarly, though I always heard that Joyce was a little more radical. Mom chose the safer route most of the time, and all that seemed to change when she lost her sister in some ways. But anyway, they were truly inseparable. And when Glenn and Elmo came along, within just months from each other, they found new lives, and yet still were always so close together, especially until 1962 when Joyce and her family left for California from the farmland out east here in Cropsey. Many of Joyce's children and grandchildren are here with us today as they look at the image of Mom and see so closely what their mom might have appeared to look like had she lived this long. In addition, Joyce and Joanne had an older brother, Chuck, Charles Heins, who married Norma and raised their family right here in Bloomington. Chuck's children and grandchildren are here also today to celebrate their Aunt Joni. Jerry, Ruth Ann, and I are truly grateful for your ongoing love and support, and to our many, many friends and very dear friends who are like family to us. We thank you deeply for your support and for your love today. My mom, our mom, was fierce. She was fierce. That is, she demonstrated her love to us with heartfelt intensity that was mighty and unrelenting all at the same time. She reminded us every visit that she loved us, was proud of us, and prayed for us for our safety and for our well-being. She was also a fierce prayer warrior. As Jerry and I each traveled and are still traveling our cancer journeys, she always was the first to receive a call from us about the latest doctor visit reports or surgeries or treatments that we were experiencing on those journeys. She invited her Luther Oaks resident friends to join the prayer circle, and she kept them updated on our progress. Whether it was her children, her grandchildren, or her dear friends who needed those prayers, she was intent on calling on God to answer her prayers for healing and for well-being in their special needs. Lastly, I would say that Mom conducted her life as a servant leader. I feel like that is such an ultimate compliment that I can give her. But it is true, she certainly earned that role every day, whether she was supporting Dad in one of his leadership roles, which he was commonly at the front, leading at a microphone, whether he was Master of Ceremonies for Harold Skirud's whatever anniversary here, 25-year perhaps or other. He was often at the mic also in charge or chairing or the treasurer or. Mom was always his supporter in chief and was there taking smaller roles, but taking one every opportunity to be able to fulfill the roles that she felt comfortable doing. She was a servant that did not need to have the limelight. She was a servant that commonly looked for the shadow, but then to go do that work carefully and do it well. We, Jerry, Ruth Ann, and I, along with Gretchen and Kathleen, were especially fortunate and blessed to spend Mom's last 6 or 7 weeks of life together with her, sharing parts of each day, recalling memories, and sharing our love for each other. She told each of us how much she loved us, and we back to her in a way not many sons or daughters are able to do. I remember very explicitly, I will never forget, on Friday morning before she passed on that Sunday, I was at her bed, her hospital bed that she had in her own bedroom at Luther Oaks in her independent living apartment. And she would call out my name. She knew I was there. She was holding my hand and squeezing. And she'd say, "George, George, George, I love you, I love you." And just kind of teasing and playing a little bit with her, I said, "Oh, Mom, I love you, and I love you more." And immediately, 6 times in a row, "I love you, I 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 love you." Who gets that opportunity? I feel so blessed. She has continued to be a model for us, a model for my children and my grandchildren, that is extremely special to us. And I just pray that we are able to carry on that rich tradition of love and servant leadership that she demonstrated to us. Thank you, Mom, yet again. Rest now, good and faithful servant. Soli Deo Gloria.